Welcome to my 2021 Holiday Card Series. You can find the reference material for all the paintings in this series by clicking on the project page link in the description of this video. Alright, we're ready to start this Christmas card, and this is the template for it, which you'll find on the project page on the Learning Center in my website. And set up for 5 by 7 inches. And this is looking through a window at some trees on some snow, and there's snow sitting on the sills of the window in each one of these 4 panes. And so what I've done is, you can see how far these lines come in. So I've taped this. When I mounted it, I taped it in farther than what I normally would, so that I in essence will, I'm masking off the area that would be the window frame, and then I have this center part that will be the cross members in the window, and I can paint around those. To make this easier for the demonstration, I'm going to take the rice tape that I have, and I'm just going to tape the cross sections in the window. And that way I don't have to worry too much about keeping a nice clean line. And this tape matches up pretty well with what I've drawn in my template. Again, you can just paint around it, or if you have some tape that you want to use, feel free to do that. You can make this a snowy scene or not a snowy scene. So I'm going to show you how I make it a snowy scene by putting some masking fluid on it. So I'm just going to splatter some masking fluid on the exposed areas. So just splatter a little of that in there. So just give the impression when you're looking out the window that you're looking at a snowy day. And I'll tap it sometimes to get bigger drops, but you don't have to do this. I just wanted to show you, if you do want to make it a snowy day, this is how I would do it. So just a little bit of that splatter. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that air dry. And once it's dry, I'm going to start the painting process. The masking fluid is dry that I splattered on here. Now I'm ready to paint. So I'm going to paint the area that's in the window pane, in each window pane, and above the snow that's sitting on the sill, because I've splattered that paint on there, and that splatter is not going to be showing on the inside of the window. So I'm going to paint these areas first, then I'll remove the masking fluid, and then I'll paint in a bit of a shadow on the snow that's sitting on the windowsill. So let's go ahead and start. I'm just going to make this kind of a winter sky, just a plain winter sky. I'm going to use a little cobalt blue with a little bit of an orange. I'm going to use Halloween orange. Could use just about anything. So that'll gray that blue down a little bit. And I'm just going to put this in as my sky. And I want to make sure I have enough, go from one side to the next, because I don't want to have 2 different colors based on which pane of glass you're looking at. So this is just the sky we have. I'm painting over the trees because my trees I'm going to paint those, and it'll be darker value, and then it'll be just fine. So here is where the windows, the snow is on the windowsill, so I'm not going to paint that. I brought the wash down to that, and we have some kind of snow banks here, and I'm going to go ahead and paint those. I'm going to add a little more blue to my mixture, and then I'm going to paint what kind of like a shadow to show where the the snow is, the shadows on the snow. And that's probably good there. And it does get a little confusing. I actually need to continue my sky down. I almost lost track of that. I still have enough color to do that. So I want to bring that down to the edge there. And I want to do the same here. So this is the continuation of the sky coming down here. This is the snow that's sitting on the windowsill. And then we have the snowbank. So now what I want to do is I'm going to dry that. And then next I'm going to paint in the trees. All right, that's dry. And next, what I want to do is mix a green. So I'm just going to take some sap green, add it to what I have on my palette, and add a little bit of a pyro red to it, just to neutralize a little bit. I'm going to add some ultramarine blue because my trees are going to be out here a little farther. They're going to be a little cooler than the one I'm going to put in here. So let's start with that. Paint in my tree out here. And I'll come back with I might put in some tree trunks. And I want to stop at the top of the snow in the window. And just paint a Christmas tree shape for our tree. And I have a small one. We can blot those just to give a little variation in the value or the wash that I put down. Now, I'm gonna add a little more red. I want this to be just a little warmer. Not quite. It's not quite as blue as the one I put here because it's a little closer to us, and I want it to feel different. It's like it's different in space. So we'll go ahead and start to put this down. And again, I want to stop the snow. So there's my other tree. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry that. Then I'm going to remove the masking fluid. And I'm going to put a little bit of a violet shadow where the snow is against the glass on the inside. So that's dry. And I'm going to take the masking fluid off. Just a little bit to show some snow, and I didn't go real dark on the sky, so it's not going to show as strong on the sky as it could if I had gone darker. But it's just an indication of a snowy day. Also, if you wanted, you could put some ornaments on the trees if you wanted to. Right now, though, what I'm going to do is going to mix a violet. So I'm going to take a little ultramarine blue and a little rose madder. Give me a violet. I'm going to take a touch of yellow, hands of yellow. I don't need that much, just a little bit, and it'll start to gray this down some. Maybe a little little too gray. Let's see. I went a little too much yellow in there, so I want to get this back, and that's pretty good right there. So now I'm going to paint a kind of a violet shadow on the window. And I actually may want to go a little darker, just so that feels close to us. And a little water, maybe soften the edge. Be careful here. I think I started to tear my tape up. I still want to go a little darker down here. All right, let's dry that. So this is dry. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to lift off the tape that I have here in the center. And now I'll take off the side tape, carefully pulling it off. I slowly pull the tape up and pull it away from the card. That way I lessen the chance of tearing anything into the painting. Just be careful with this. This paper, if you're working on these kind of cards, it can be delicate when you're pulling the tape off. And what I want to do is I want to erase my lines where they're showing that where I drew them for the window panes. Anything else I can get rid of. Alright, so there's the card. You open it up there. And it just, you know, looking through the window with some snow sitting on the sills, and you can see the trees out there and a little bit of the snow. So I hope you have a little bit of fun painting this, and you can, like I said, you can add some ornaments. You don't have to put the snow on there. You can do some different things. You can make the sky darker if you wanted.